Guys, I'm sure you've realised by now it's the day of eating video. I'm in Tesco, I'm going to take you through what I'm eating. I'm going to break it down into 3 separate baskets so I can show you guys exactly what I've got. So you can see the breakdown of my macronutrients for a working week. There'll be a mix of snack foods in there, meats, salad, veg, all that normal stuff. I'm just going to take you through as much as I can in the week. Enjoy the video, keep watching. Chicken salad, almonds, bit of avocado, lettuce. Simba's down there, he's hungry. And so am I. We're currently doing a little bit of work on the laptop, doing some check-ins for online clients and stuff like that. Some of you may not have known really about that, but I haven't massively promoted it because I'm not really a big fan of sort of pushing sort of what it is that we're doing. We just like to do it well. But anyway, if you guys want to come on board with any of the online coaching stuff like that, you're more than welcome to contact me, info@workoutcoach.co.uk. I'll pop on the screen here. We've got a couple slots left if you guys want to book for the next block booking of sessions for online coaching. So we work slightly differently to how everyone does it on a monthly basis. So anyway, if you send us your inquiry, we'll tell you a little bit more about it. Do a little bit of work, it's 1:45 in the afternoon, just gone to Tesco, ran through that bit of food there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little run through so far. I'll make some more meals. That's the first meal I've had today. Fasted cardio is really going down well, I'm enjoying my training. And I'm getting a phone call, so I need to end this little clip and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright everyone, hopefully that's the angles that we're after. Pre-gym snack, avocado on toast, it's half an avocado. Got one of the instant porridge pots that you guys saw from earlier. Apart from that, I've just been coaching the last few hours and be looking after this little one, this little Simb. As I'm sure you guys have seen in the previous vlogs. Look at him. Alright mate, calm down. Alright, that's enough. Anyway, about to head to the gym, gonna do back today, feeling really good. Might also do a bit of legs, it depends on how I'm feeling, but I'll see you guys there. Alright everyone, back in the gym. Back workout today, as I'm sure you guys have seen, is a day of eating video today, so I'm not gonna film loads of this workout. I'm just gonna put in a couple of cheeky little exercises for you guys to do if you wanna go and smash out a back workout. Starting off on a barbell bent over row. Not doing deadlifts, have been off of deadlift for a couple of weeks. Just letting that shoulder recover and repair. Let's get into the workout. Alright everyone, tip of the day for our little back workout. People engage in the traps all the time when they're doing these bent over barbell rows. This is what not to do. Nah, you don't want that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to do fairly strict form for a barbell bent over row. Squeezing in the lats, trying to disengage these traps as much as possible, and just focus on juicing an orange between your shoulder blades. Put a little clip in here with an orange. Alright everyone, second meal of the day. Avocado on toast, a couple of almonds and a couple of poached eggs. High in fats because I need them, but natural fats though. That's how we get our gains out here. See you guys in the next meal. Next little meal guys, porridge oats from Tesco. You can see the macros, 50p. So you can't really go wrong with that. If you're on the go, chuck a little bit of hot water in. I actually put a bit too much in and now it's like sloppy, which is annoying, but still. Oh, it's good. Mmm! Now I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright everyone, welcome back to the Lounge of Knowledge. Only playing, I'm going to chat to you guys about Iifym. This is why you guys came to check out this video. I'm talking to you guys about the lean bulk that I'm currently doing and how it's beneficial for me. So first of all, Iifym, what is it? It stands for Official Macros. It's basically a style of flexible dieting that everyone in the modern day is taking as an approach to being able to eat whatever the hell they want and to be able to stay in shape and sort of achieve their fitness goals. Why do people take the approach? The reason I think a lot of people take the approach for Iifym is simply on the basis of the fact that people are getting tired and bored of doing the same sort of diets, where it's like a bro diet of chicken, rice and broccoli, eating out of Tupperware all day, having porridge oats. It just gets repetitive and boring. And I think that's sort of the main reason as to why people want to give it a go. It's done so well in sort of social media and stuff like that. And a lot of people specifically are trying to highlight it as being sort of a successful way for people to achieve the sort of their health and fitness goals. Anything I'm saying in this is not set advice for you guys. Obviously I'm making videos for sort of the masses to hopefully educate and influence a lot of people to the masses, so it's not to any particular individual. Is Iifym for me? That's the first question we need to ask. If you are an individual that has tried dieting previously, it's not something that is a standard diet. You can have what you want within reason, but track it and understand where your healthy sources of calories come from and where your unhealthy sources of calories come from. Going back to me personally, I'm doing a lean bulk right now. I always have been the guy to sort of do like a lean bulk out of preference. And that just means I find it struggle to dirty bulk. I like to eat healthy foods. I'm not the sort of guy that can come and have like 4 Domino's pizzas and 7 tubs of Ben & Jerry's every night after the gym just because I've had a great workout. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not really that type of guy. For me, I just don't have the appetite. The first question you need to ask yourself is this approach going to be for you? Well, to give you guys a bit of a background, I get a lot of my calories from healthy natural foods and then supplement with foods that are higher in a caloric intake, such as Snickers bars and other snacks and sort of unhealthy foods, so to speak, and take that term loosely. I always try to get as much of my calories from natural foods, understanding that if something's calorically dense, i.e. a tub of Ben & Jerry's has a lot more calories in it than a tub of Halo Top that everyone's talking about right now because it's a high protein, low calorie ice cream. You could have a whole tub of Ben & Jerry's and have 4 times, 10, 5 times the amount of calories that is in a Halo Top. Is it any different? And I think that's the common question, is people are thinking of it like, and there's a bit of a lack of understanding as to the approach of Iifym. So I think a lot of people think you can have whatever you want and still be in shape. So technically in terms of caloric surplus, yes, you can have a lot of calories if you're bulking. And this video is about lean bulk, so we're not shredding, so it's sort of the easiest thing to talk about. My personal goal is I'm working with 3,960 calories based on what I track on MyFitnessPal. I can sometimes be 1,000 lower from that. I can sometimes be 500 or 600 calories over depending on the day. So maintenance calories for me are 3,960. On average, I'll probably fluctuate between, I'd say 3,000 up to 4,600, depending on how I feel. It will fluctuate on a training day. So generally on a training day, I'll consume more of my calories, and I actually personally carb backload towards the end of the day. So I don't eat as much throughout the day, and I like to have a big dinner in the evening to get sort of the main bulk of my calories. But that's just out of preference. How sustainable is Iifym? I think one of the most common questions for me is, Harley, you're a health professional, you know, you've got a background in this and that, and you're being an example to people. How come we see you going to McDonald's, right? Now, I'm showing you in this video, like me going to McDonald's. So I'll be real with you guys and me talking about what I'll have, where my calorie breakdown comes from, you know, what sources of food that I'm having. Right now, I'm doing a bulk personally, so for me to get the calories in, I don't have the appetite to have that much food. So that's why I carb backload, so that I build an appetite, and I probably won't eat until, you know, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, where I have the majority of my calories, and then the same in the evening. You only really know if it's sustainable for you individually if you try it, see how you feel, and see how your body responds, because at the end of the day, you've got to get your balance of macros and micros, i.e. your greens, your healthy bits, your supplements, hence why I'm doing a lean bulk. So the idea is that I gain lean muscle over a longer period of time, rather than doing sort of a shorter 3 to 4 month stint on heavy bulking or dirty bulking. Do you see what I'm saying? Understanding how to track your macros is one of the most important things here. So the most commonly used app is MyFitnessPal. I'm sure everyone watching this video probably has MyFitnessPal on their phone, whether you use it or if you don't. It's understanding how to use it, what food to put in, how to track it in the right way, and generally just giving you guys a bit of knowledge on sort of what to do with the app itself. So I'm gonna pop on the screen now showing you guys what I've had, for example, in the last week. You can see a couple of bits of, you know, different types of food that I've had on certain days here. and I just record, for example, you know, you can see a flat white, the banana bread, the poached eggs, smoked salmon, avocado, all these natural foods as well as sort of processed food, so to speak. You know, banana bread, for example, is made from a local bakery, but I can't track bread addiction banana bread. I can only track sort of basic banana bread, or there might not be bread addiction flat white, there might just be Costa flat white, so I then record Costa flat white, if that makes sense. Be lenient with your sort of tracking on MyFitnessPal, and don't make it such a chore that it feels like it's a diet. That's sort of where we'll come back to in a second. One thing you will need to bear in mind is that if you rewind back to the video when I was buying those microwave meals, I work a lot, and a lot of my time is spent sort of traveling, and I don't particularly have loads of time to eat proper meals, hence why I get some of those convenient microwave meals. Now, like I said earlier, you have to keep an eye on the salt content on these, but for me personally, they work quite well. So out of preference, I would probably say don't opt for them unless you need to. For me personally, they work for me. But you have to be aware that the FDA, they basically approve a 20% error in terms of food packaging. So when you see something in the store that you might think looks healthy, i.e. these right now, I'll show you. So you've got these, you know, the poppadoms here, right? So these are the poppadom crisps. They seem like they're healthy. They're really not good for you at all. Like I'm showing you guys, like right now, they're really not that healthy at all. Per serving, it's an 82.5 gram serving, and it's per 30 gram serving, so you guys can do the maths. But overall, they're very high in fat and salt. So it gives you an idea, just because something's packaged in a way that makes it look healthy, and just because the numbers on the bag say that it is healthy, it doesn't mean that it is. The FDA approves a 20% fluctuation in terms of errors for tracking macros. So please be aware when you're sort of buying stuff that it's not always as strict as you think it's gonna be. So what are the main problems of Iifym, and why does everyone sort of think that there are issues with it? It takes time to develop habitual changes in your lifestyle, okay? So if you're trying Iifym and you think this isn't really working for me, simply try something else. You don't have to sort of give up on something so easy, but you can just make small incremental changes to your diet, i.e. say you're going out with a partner and you're having dinner, and when you have dinner you always have a dessert each. Maybe just share a dessert rather than having a dessert each, and that way you're limiting the amount of calories that you would, and you're making small incremental changes without making a dead cold turkey stop to the end of desserts, if that makes sense. So for me, these sort of small changes really make a difference. You know, changing the type of milk that you use to like a healthier option, or consuming more water throughout the day. Like all of these little factors, cut your caffeine intake, reduce your salt intake. You don't need the salt on the eggs do you see what I mean? All of these little changes. So understanding that you've got to sort of make habitual developments and changes in your diet, which is why it's very tough for a lot of people to follow Iifym, because it's so flexible. It can actually be a detriment because people just think they can have whatever the hell they want. And that's where a lot of the sort of negative vibes come for Iifym. It's understanding what you need to track. It's sort of the time of days that you eat, you know, speaking about nutrient timing. And why everyone seems to fail is literally because they are abusing the system. They're looking at the sort of flexibility that it gives you, and they're thinking, oh, I can have whatever I want, so therefore I'm going to. Do you see what I'm saying? And they forget that just because you're bulking doesn't mean that your calories need to come from sort of grossly calorically dense food. You can just get a lot of calories from healthy natural foods, such as olive oils and fats and nuts and things like that. I could talk for days about it. I know there's a lot to talk about. I've only sort of touched on a couple of topics. If you guys are interested, please like the video and sort of comment, and I'll discuss particular topics if you guys are interested. Overall, is Iifym good for me? Now, it is personally. I'm really enjoying the process. I like the flexibility. I don't really like the idea of dieting all the time, and it just works a treat, so I'm really enjoying it. If you guys want to give it a go, I'll pop a link in the description box if you guys want to go and check it out. You can calculate your own numbers. It's a website that I use, it's brilliant, and it gave me sort of an idea as to what I'm after, so hopefully it can work for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.